Okay, so it's a quickie one. I found it really fucking difficult to find any type of LiPo battery that actually sit inside my gun. I am a self-confessed LCT / Garda / Inokatsu fanboy. It's the only type of AK to buy. Don't buy anything else. Also on the inside, even better on the outside. My initial thought was I wanted to run high-speed setup, which is what I did. I changed over the motor to a Garda high-speed revolution. That's really cool. But I was having issues with fitting a LiPo inside here. Everywhere I read said you can get yourself a nice LiPo, it will fit inside, it'll be fucking brilliant. I measured up the sizes of my 8-cell batteries, which run 9.6, and they fit inside perfectly. Obviously inside this type of make of gun, the battery runs from here all the way down to here. You can fit up to 12 volts in there should you choose to do so. I figured I want to run a LiPo, I want to run a MOSFET, I want to have the high speed setup, I want to short stroke everything, get it all going lovely. I've done all that stuff, it is firing wonderful. So semi-auto is instant, and my full auto is fast as fuck. Okay. My issue was trying to find anything on the inside that was actually going to fit. I decided to go with an 11.1 LiPo. Okay, I'm going to make sure the gun is definitely safe before I do this, so magazine out. He says, because it's a fucking tight fit. So, to fit a LiPo in here is pretty fucking difficult. So what you've got to do, simply put, is take the front end of the gun off. You take the flash hider off, you'll have a little tiny grub screw under here. Take the grub screw out, and this front section here will pop off. From here, you take away this little piece here, and then take this piece off here. The entire lower foreground just pop off in your hand. Okay. Up to here, holding this piece together, you've got a big long metal tube, which would normally hold your battery. It's got it's cylindrical. It's got a slot down the lower side. It's not enough to hold a square LiPo battery. It literally tucks nice and tight into here, and underneath here you're going to have a grub screw that's going to hold this entire unit to the body of the gun. Okay, that's the basics. But anyone knows what they're doing is going to take it apart anyway. That's as far as I'm going to delve deep into it. It's going to be slightly different for the seam of the VFC. We're going to go with just the Garda LCT Inokatsu type. Okay, so to get one in here, it's a pain in the ass, but it's easily doable. I measured up the battery. It's 11.1. It's 1400 with a 20C discharge. Pop the top off like we would normally do. Press the button. Up it comes. As you can see, it's all in there. Okay. Inside here, I've got the LiPo. I've got the AirFET, which is it's the first one I've actually used MOSFET wise that's worked. So I'm not going to judge how good or bad it really is. Okay, to fit it inside here, you've got to do some little tiny tweaks. First thing is you have to take this handle, which would normally have a nice flat piece welded onto the side at the bottom of there. It's not actually welded, it's just bonded on. Okay, it looks like welding, I don't think it is. I literally just bent it, pulled off, which is fine. Make sure it's nice and smooth, and that piece is then a separate piece. Next step inside here, the battery is square. The first part of the slot is actually square. From that point onwards, it's a pain in the arse because it's got little tiny notches in there, and the whole thing is steel. It's quite hard to dribble it out. I don't have to go too far with it. Now this pipe that runs up the inside of here is going to stop right about here. Okay, and that is just too close to fit the LiPo in, so it's all nice and snug. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take this pipe piece out and then cut off, I don't know, a centimetre of it, maybe 2 centimetres. Reinstall it back together. It does hold together nice and tight with the grub screw here, the grub screw here. If you want to make a shape out of it, so just leave a little tiny strip across the top, you can do. I lopped the whole thing off and bonded these two pieces into the metal. You can do that. It's an easy way of doing it. I'm not going to be selling the gun. It's the quickest way to do it. It's the easiest way to do it than what I had lying around to do this. And literally, I just lopped the end of the tube off. This battery then sits in this gap. Okay. Now to fit the battery in, you've got to take the entire gun apart. So you can leave all this shit inside here at the back of it. The front piece, you take it all down. This cover here fits to the front bracket here. What you're going to do is literally take it all apart, slide this bracket down, and just push the battery in so it's nice and snug. Okay, when it's nice and snug inside here, you're then going to just slide the battery in nice and tight, and then reassemble the gun as it is. Okay, now without the plate that sits on the bottom of here, you've got one big bonus, and that is it doesn't rub on your hop-up, which is right here. Okay, normally when you slide backwards and forwards, it can adjust your hop for you. That's not a very good thing. You don't need to have it in there. You're going to be concerned this is flapping around. Don't be concerned. at all. Okay, you've bought an AEG, you're not expecting the bolt to fly backwards and forwards. The ones that do on electric blowback are fucking useless anyway. They break and look ridiculous. Okay, it reminds you using a toy gun, not a real gun. It detracts in what you're actually doing and what your purpose is. You want a blowback and a full travelling bolt, those wonderful things, biogas blowback that don't fucking work in the UK anyway. Okay, so you take that, take the bottom piece off. Inside here you can see I've got loads and loads and loads of room for the MOSFET. Okay, that is all the full length of wire here. I decided not to get the DINS connector attached up close because I figured if I did that, it's just not going to fit. It'd be hard to keep bending the wire up and down. The big loop of wire here is actually the simplest solution for getting it all in there. When it's looped, as you can see, it stays in place. It doesn't come unlooped, so don't worry about that. Okay, so then once you rebuilt the gun with the battery in place, it holds tight. You can see it wobbles a little bit, but it's not going anywhere. It's not going to flap around. It's not going to fall out. Okay. Now the next part is to literally slot that back in place there. Okay. And then when you reattach all this down here, the bolt doesn't move. It doesn't flap around. You can see I'm shaking the gun like a bitch. Nothing's fucking happening. It's fine. Okay. And when you slide it, you are going to have the full travel of the bolt. Let's get this all down. And the bolt is going to travel all the way back, which is just lovely. Okay, it's not going to go anywhere again. You slide it all the way forward, it's going to be absolutely fine. Okay, it's not going to fall out. It's going to fluff up by that little tiny bit there. You're never going to notice it at all. All right, that is my little slight bit of information. You can do with that information what you will. I suppose while I'm here showing off, I may as well go like this. Oh, holy shit, look at the pistols. Oh my god, yeah, my god, there's so many pistols in there. Oh my god, the Americans are going to hate this. Oh my god, they're airsoft, they're crap. Oh my god, look at the pistols. Holy shit, there's so many pistols, but they're not real, it doesn't matter. So there we are. There is it, that is my lovely, and there's a sock. Enjoy.